front door every day. It's a place where well over, scores of social programs are kept on track by a noted poet. Yes, poet. Somehow, maybe because of the confusion and never-ceasing needs of others around her, Janice Mirikitani finds the time to put some of her deepest feelings on paper. And of course, they start with her love for her husband, Glide's Memorial's Reverend Cecil Williams. Theirs is not a new romance, but so tender, tears well up when she reads her poetry about him.
Cecil, you built a church where this circle could abide, without fear or shame, without betrayal. You told us all to come and be. Help bring together our missing parts. Come to sing, to feast. You prepared a table for women. She who danced naked on her way to the asylum. She who discarded her children for drugs. She who loved her bruises like kisses.
Jan Mirikitani, poet, abused woman, church administrator, mother, community activist, wife and workmate of Reverend Cecil Williams at Glide Memorial Methodist Church.
When I first came here 30 years ago, Belva, that's quite a while ago, I was in such pain, and in order for me to just walk around, I had to kill a lot of my feelings, and I had to put myself in denial.
Slowly the healing took place as together they built an empire dedicated to meeting human needs.
And people come here with all kinds of needs. I mean, we don't just relate to poor people, even though we serve over 1 million meals a year, and you know, most of our services are for poor folks. Everybody comes here for something. There's so many spiritually bankrupt people, and people who are homeless in their heart that need a place where they feel that they can come and be accepted also.
Children and abused women are her special interests.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
We do have a very strong academic tutoring program, and we have a computer learning center for them. We encourage parent involvement. This year, we have given out 12 scholarships, college scholarships to high school graduates. That's phenomenal. In an area where truancy is higher than any place in the Bay Area. The kids are feeling good about themselves. You know, we're all human. We all have the same needs. We all need to feel like we're making a difference. We have courses here that reunify the family.
I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic and formerly abused woman.
And I used to be abusive.
It's the used-to-bes that this proud wife and mother takes most pride in. It is the healing, the facing down of demons by others, and in herself that keeps her going.
And if I'm honest about who I am, then I don't have to fear the loss and the abandonment that I feared so much before. I can be part of a bigger community. I can be part of a family that truly is mutual and that is together seeking to create a better place.
What a personal pleasure it is to welcome Janice Mirikitani to Close Up. And there's so much going on at Glide, so much exciting things going on in your own life personally. For instance, she wrote a poem that she read at Sharon Stone and Phil Bronstein's wedding. Oh. We'll get to that later. Let's get to the serious stuff right now. You have so many programs at Glide. I cannot even keep up with the names and the needs and the interests of each of them. Can you sort of give us a
I sure
the
can.
headlines?
I sure can. But Belva, I also, want to take this opportunity to thank you, because you've been such a beautiful and consistent presence in our lives and all the community's lives.
Oh, Jan.
And I want to thank you, and thank you for being on the show.
This is a mutual admiration society here.
Well, we go back a little ways.
Yeah.
Well, Glide has now got a primary care clinic for all people, which we opened in December of '97. We also have purchased a new building to provide child care for what I feel are going to be the consequences of the welfare reform bill. And we're going to implement some welfare-to-work training programs and family-focused programs because, breaking that cycle of dependency for poor people, particularly women who are perhaps third, fourth generation dependent upon the welfare system, is not going to be easy. So we're going to need, again, the comprehensive approach to addressing a lot of the problems and a lot of the programming that has been imprinted about how they feel about themselves. You know, and something as simple as self-esteem building is going to be an essential aspect of this. Counseling, parenting classes, and of course that very essential piece of child care.
You've taken what some people started with drugs as just a problem you had to sort of isolate in some way, and you at Glide have said no, that's not.
Well, that's the problem, is that I think the way a lot of, well, the way we've been programmed is to isolate the problem and to think that we can approach it from that isolated perspective. But we've discovered after 33 years of having to, you know, work with a lot of the programs and, you know, having some failures and seeing what really needs to be done, we've realized that we have to approach problems comprehensively. We have to relate to the individual as a total person. We have to take that family as a total family. And the problem of the child is not just the problem of the child. The problem of the mother is not just a recovery problem or an addiction problem. It's a total family issue. So in order to address those family issues, you have to have parenting, you have to have counseling, you have to have job training, you have to have educational programs for the kids, tutoring, child care for the parent when she has to get back into the workplace. We have to have skills building, we have to have job readiness. All of
and
these
you're
things.
trying to do it all. How can you do it all?
Well,
where do you get the money to do it?
With the help of the people out there, the help of the community, and of course we have some corporate friends, and we've gotten some help from the city, and of course we're building a new housing project called the Cecil Williams Glide Community House, which is going to be 52 units of low-income, clean and sober, safe housing to build lives. And that will be ready in 1999, the beginning of 1999. The end of '99, we hope. And it's going to be very exciting because that's the piece that we've really been looking to, is being able to provide the total network of support services as well as empowerment programs to help people begin to break the cycle, not just alleviate the symptoms. See, if you approach recovery or addiction from just a single aspect, then you're only alleviating the symptom. What we want to do is break the cycle so people can change their lives and experience what it means to be self-sufficient.
Why do you think you at Glide have been able to do this when across the country communities face this problem and they haven't been able to duplicate?
I think one of the reasons is because we're the church. Because I think we are a spiritual home. And of course we have a very unusual minister named Cecil Williams, who has really been the charismatic leader who, and I mean charismatic in the best sense of the word, that he truly does practice his unconditional love and acceptance of all people. And I think that brings together a diversity and a community that can truly act like a beloved community to one another.
Well, look, there's so much to do there. Whatever your interest is, you can find a program for yourself or need to fill at Glide. You want to get in touch with people at Glide, you want to get in touch with Jan, you can get in touch with them at Glide Memorial Church, 333 Ellis Street in San Francisco. The phone number 771 is at 6300.
6300, right.
So whatever you think you want to do to make life better for other people, you're able to do it. And we never got to that poem, but that's perfectly all right.
Thank you, Belva.
We thank you, Jan, because you have met so many needs that we just can't say thank you.
Well, I have a poem called Bad Women, and definitely you feel that definition.